All right, everyone, out of respect for everyone's time, we're going to go ahead and get started. Before we jump into our presentation, I just want to take a moment to do some introductions. So I am Ellie Watson, the director of Sweet Grown Alabama, and a little about me. I grew up on a row crop farm up in North Alabama and then moved to Auburn to go to school and studied agricultural communications and have never left Auburn since. So my husband and I love the area, and it allows me to get to serve farmers all across the state being centrally located. So we absolutely love that ability and that option to get to serve farmers. So I want to share with y'all today about how we do that through Sweet Grown Alabama. But before we get started, I also want to introduce the newest team member to Sweet Grown Alabama, Miss Laura Jean Mccurdy, and let her tell you just a little bit about herself.
Hey y'all, I'm Laura Jean Mccurdy. Like Ellie said, I am the communication specialist for Sweet Grown Alabama. And a little bit about myself, I also grew up on a row crop and cattle and poultry farm in central Alabama. I graduated from Auburn in May and started working at the Department of Ag in May also. And then in January, I became Sweet Grown Alabama's communication specialist. And I just think this is an amazing program that's going to help so many people. And I hope y'all enjoy the webinar today.
Thank you, Laura Jean. And so if you're at a computer and able, if you want to drop your name and what organization you're with in the chat box, just so everyone knows who all is a part of our conversation today, feel free to do so. If you're driving in the tractor or on the phone, we understand that that's not possible, but we will go ahead and get started and talk just a little bit about Sweet Grown Alabama. So what is Sweet Grown Alabama? What does this mean for our industry and for farmers and grocery stores and markets and restaurants across the state? So Sweet Grown Alabama is a state agricultural brand. It is a fairly new initiative to the state of Alabama. We have been in existence since late 2019, but state agricultural brands are not a new concept. This is something that Georgia and Tennessee and Florida and Mississippi, all of our neighbors have been doing well for 30 years in some instances. This is, not something that's unheard of in the retail world. All of our major grocery chains and other players in that kind of food supply industry are aware of the programs or aware of programs like this and know exactly what that means when they see the Sweet Grown Alabama logo. But Alabama farmers had really been at a disadvantage because they did not have a way to promote products that were grown right here in our state. And as you all know, agriculture is one of our largest industries. So we certainly want to be proud of what we grow in Alabama and represent that well to our neighbors and even to the world. So a little about how we got started. We were a big team effort, essentially, of the agriculture world. So in 2019, Commissioner Rick Pate came into office. He's the gentleman there in the middle of the photo. He is our ag commissioner, and he got here to the Department of Agriculture, and some of his team members said that Publix wanted to brand locally grown items. And of course, everyone was very excited, but then we realized that there was no program to brand locally grown items. So it was kind of a little bit of an issue. But at the same time, the Alpha Leaders class, which is a program of the Alabama Farmers Federation, who is led by Mr. Jimmy Parnell, who you see there on the right, that group was doing a capstone project on a state brand and kind of doing some testing of different names and how consumers would respond to those. And so it really was perfect timing that these two things were kind of happening simultaneously. And those two groups got together along with Power South Energy Cooperative, who is represented by Mr. Horace Horn, who you see there on the far left. And these groups said that we are just going to do whatever it takes to make a state brand happen. So many of the other state brands are ran out of the Department of Agriculture's per the state, but we are not actually a nonprofit organization. So that makes Sweet Grown Alabama very unique because it truly takes all of the players in the industry, and it takes an entire team to make this program possible. So I would be absolutely remiss if I did not thank those that helped make this program a reality. We have 9 founding member partners who have supported our program on a $25,000 level or above that are basically responsible for making this program sustainable and bringing this program to consumers. So I want to give a big thank you to Alabama Ag Credit, the Alabama Farmers Cooperative, the Porch Band of Creek Indians, Alabama Farm Credit, First South Farm Credit, the Alabama Association of RC&D Councils, the Alabama Farmers Federation, Power South Energy Cooperative, and the Alabama Department of Agriculture and Industries. So these groups help make this program possible and allow Sweet Grown Alabama to truly connect farmers and consumers through this state branding program. So, like I mentioned, we are a nonprofit, and because of that, we have a membership structure that, number one, is designed to protect the brand. So we don't want anyone to see that Sweet Grown Alabama logo and be confused about what that means, or to have a bad experience with a product that is labeled Sweet Grown Alabama. So we have some guidelines on who can become a member of our program. Of course, our program is open to any product that is grown in the state of Alabama. So lots of folks sometimes think that we mainly focus on produce, but that is just not true. We represent things like dairy products, pecans, peanuts, container plants, fresh cut flowers, eggs, meat products, beef, pork, poultry. We really run the gamut of products that are grown here in Alabama that we get to represent. So that first Sweet Grown Alabama membership category is for mainly our traditional farmers. So anyone that is growing a product in the state of Alabama will fall into that membership category, or someone that is making a product that is using locally grown. So if you think about jams or jellies specifically, those are not grown here in Alabama specifically, but they are made with items that are grown here. So for any of those value-added products, whether it's a jam or jelly or a soap that's made with beeswax or goat milk, we ask that at least 50% of that finished product be grown in Alabama to bear the Sweet Grown Alabama logo. The second category that we have is for everyone else that helps make the kind of farm to consumer movement possible. So if you think about the people that are critical in bringing products to consumers, like grocery stores, like farmers markets, like different associations doing research, and other restaurants that are serving products that are locally grown, all of those people play a critical role in getting that farm to product to the consumer. So they absolutely have a place in Sweet Grown Alabama, and we'd love for your business that kind of falls into that category to join us as a Sweet Grown Alabama associate. What does this cost? I'm going to kind of get this out of the way up front. It is a once a year annual membership fee that is based on farm or company annual sales. We do this because we want a hobby farmer that is doing this and selling at a couple farmers markets and a major grocery retailer to be in that appropriate membership level based on what benefit they will receive from the program. So you see our membership dues chart here, and this can also be found on our website under the Why Join tab, and I'll direct y'all there in just a little bit, but wanted to go ahead and show y'all this and now get to talk about the fun stuff of what this annual fee will bring to me. So we have about 6 major benefits that I'm going to touch on today quickly, but the first, and what I think is one of the most fun things that comes with your Sweet Grown Alabama membership, is listing in our online searchable database. So you see here, we have over 200 fantastic members that are listed in this database currently, but we know that that is just a drop in the bucket of great farms and markets and grocery stores and restaurants that are in our state. So we want your business to join and be listed on this map. You see down at the bottom that you can search this map, or consumers can search this map by product that they're looking for. So if they are specifically wanting to get their hands on local beef, they can go and type that in. They can also search by business type. So if they are specifically looking for an agritourism operation, maybe it's time to pick pumpkins and they want to find a place near them to visit, they can select agritourism and filter this database by only those agritourism operations. And then finally, I think kind of the easiest way to search is just by typing in your zip code, so consumers see all of the local farms and grocery stores and markets that are right there in their neighborhood. Once you click on one of those little red dots and kind of get into the database profile, this is what you're going to see. Consumers are going to learn everything that they want to learn about your farm or business once they get into your database page, and this is completely customizable. So the information you see here is information that Ryan from Cox Cattle and Produce had given to us through his online membership application. And then we get to kind of fill that out and add fun things like videos and all of the contact information on how you purchase his products, and really just getting to kind of tell a little bit about your story. You all know that consumers have questions about, where is your restaurant sourcing products from? Or why is your farm growing a GMO product? Or why is your grocery store buying from this particular local farmer? You can kind of answer those questions on the database so that it draws consumers into your business and then encourages them to learn more. And as I mentioned, this can be updated and changed at any time. You will actually receive a login where you can visit our website and make changes yourself. Or if you are, on the go and don't want to sit down and actually log in, myself and Laura Jean are always happy to make those changes with you, just sending a quick email our way. The next big benefit of Sweet Grown Alabama membership is the right to use this logo on your local products or advertising. So here you see some great examples of some of our members that have used the logo in awesome different ways. We are, really motivating and encouraging folks to use this logo because we know that the more that the logo is used, the more consumers will start to recognize that and have a brand preference for that logo. So you have the right to use the logo on anything from banners to packaging to farmers market displays. You'll also see here we had our friends from the Alabama Sweet Potato Growers Association that have just updated their bags to include the Sweet Grown Alabama logo. For our restaurant and farmers market friends, there at the top right of your screen, you see a decal that says proudly serving Sweet Grown Alabama ingredients. This is something that we provide to all of our restaurant members so that they can share that story with their patrons. The products that you're eating here, at least some of them are locally grown. And then we encourage our restaurant members to actually put that Sweet Grown Alabama logo on their menus as an insignia that this Hornsby Farms okra that you're eating in this special dish tonight was actually grown right here in Alabama, and you're supporting your neighbor when you eat that product. Below that, you see a big banner that says find local at sweetgrownalabama.org. We are actually providing these banners to all of our farmers market members free of charge. So it's included with that membership application fee that you get to hang this banner up at your market and really just claim that, this is an Alabama market. And when you shop here, you're getting the best of the best products. So really just trying to get that logo out as much as we can, but make it beneficial to our members as we are doing that. We have had, actually yesterday, one of my members called and said that he sat down and had a great conversation with a grocery retailer. And that grocery retailer said, okay, I'm going to put your locally grown shrimp, in this case, on my store shelves, but I need you to update your packaging to include the Sweet Grown Alabama logo, because that grocery retailer knows that consumers want to see that logo. Consumers want to pay a little bit of extra money for local products. So if the grocery store can promote it as local, then they can make a little bit of extra money on that product and put a little extra money in the farmers' pockets too. So we're seeing momentum with that logo, and that is one of the big fun things that you have a lot of creative flexibility on with your membership. I've seen it on t-shirts, I've seen it on strawberry buckets, I've seen it on banners, I've seen it on grocery store shelves. So you really have a wide range of options when it comes to using the logo. And you will get just a logo file that you can send to any local print shop that you already work with, or you have some options to order some items as well that are pre-made, and we'll talk about that here in just a little bit. The third benefit that comes with your membership is basically statewide marketing. So this upcoming year, I know several of you wanted to hop on the webinar to hear about our future plans. And I'm excited to share that this upcoming year in 2021, we're going to be spending about $300,000 on consumer marketing. So we are doing that through billboards, television ads. We're actually going to be on HGTV and a couple of other lifestyle type stations where people are thinking about local. We're also going to be on podcasts and radio. We will have digital ads online, and then we will also have social media advertisement. So that will mainly run from May 1 till the end of August this summer, kind of peak time when people are ready to support local. And we're just encouraging people to have a brand preference for the logo, to look for the logo, to look for in-season products. So you see here 2 of our kind of product specific billboards that we did last year that will also be rolling out again this year. And then here's just some general advertisements that we've done, and we're going to continue expanding on these and continue creating more content to provide through this huge marketing campaign that we'll be doing. So you see our commercial there too. Not going to show you all that today, but if you go to our Facebook page, you can certainly check out that commercial and see what will be airing on those major cable news stations, as well as some of the kind of local news programming. Another thing that I want to mention before we step away from talking about kind of that logo is that our logo has also been approved as the USDA country of origin label. So if you're shipping a product internationally, you can stick the Sweet Grown Alabama logo on your product, and then you don't have to include any other language about being grown in the United States or anything of that nature. So it's a cost saving measure, and it's already approved by USDA, easy peasy, ready for you to go there. A fourth benefit that you'll receive from your membership is consumer advocacy. So I'm not going to talk long on this because you all understand some of these things that have popped up on the screen. Y'all know that we should support local farmers because it's fresher and because it tastes better. And because every time you spend $1 locally, 60 cents of that dollar remains in the local community. And you understand the ripple effect that that can have when you shop at a local grocery store, and that local grocery store gets to hire individuals, and those individuals get to buy homes and buy cars and send their kids to dance lessons, all in that same community. Y'all understand that effect because y'all live it every single day. But lots of the consumers that I go and visit with don't really think about that. They don't really understand why they should support a local business instead of going and shopping on Amazon. So I get to talk to groups, not as much during COVID, but we are picking back up, kind of making that Rotary Club circuit, church groups, school groups, civic organizations, telling them the importance of buying local. So that's a really big benefit, is that we are advocating for you weekly. We are out spreading that message, encouraging folks to search the database and look for local, but also encouraging folks to spend a little extra money so that they have that fresh product. They're buying something that's sustainable, and they have a chance to know their grower and really support their communities. Next up, I want to talk about special events and promotional opportunities that we do through Sweet Grown Alabama. So this is something that is always adapting and always changing, but our promise to you is that we are going to think of creative ways to promote your products and promote what you're doing through the local supply chain. So the photos you see here are from an event that we had last year. It was really in the middle of kind of COVID, July 22nd of 2020, and we did a big farmers market kickoff event in downtown Montgomery just to celebrate our members and what they had been doing during the pandemic, but also to tell consumers that we existed and that we were here and ready to help them find local. So you see Governor Kay Ivey came out and actually declared the day Sweet Grown Alabama Day. She supported our program heavily and supports the members that we have. And so this was a neat opportunity to not only expose the Montgomery community to our program, but also the whole state, because we received some major media coverage through this event because of Governor Ivey's participation. So the whole gist of the day was to drive traffic to our database, to encourage consumers to go visit sweetgrownalabama.org and find local farmers in their community to support. So this year we are tentatively planning another farmers market event. Obviously it won't be the kickoff because we've sort of already been there and done that, but my goal this year is to host a farmers market up in North Alabama so that we kind of have a different geographic reach, and also host a farm to table dinner in conjunction with that farmers market. So you can imagine that one of the things that you're able to do is come set up a booth at this event, talk about your farm, sell your farm's products, or just advertise your grocery store or advertise your farmer's market or advertise your restaurant, maybe provide samples from your restaurant at this event. And then we're going to be doing a dinner that's completely made with Alabama grown products. So that's going to be a benefit to our farmers because they're going to get to sell products to us for that dinner. Some of them will, but then we'll also be able to highlight some of the local farm to table restaurants in the area with some chefs participating as well. So very excited about that special event. We're also going to be a part of Commissioner Rick Pate does a tomato sandwich lunch every year in Montgomery. Of course, we use locally grown products there at that event, but we're also this year hoping to host a farmers market outside of that event where they have hundreds of participants that come and want local. They will be able to step right outside that lunch and buy some local products to take home with them as well. And then finally, another event that we have on our radar, we hope to have a farmers market outside of the Alabama Farm and Land Expo this year, which is a conference that happens in Montgomery as well. So just another opportunity for folks to support local, another opportunity for you to sell your products. And like I said, these always change and adapt, and we're always doing another event and trying to come up with ways to promote your product. Another special opportunity that we have that has actually been super beneficial to many of our farmers is the Farm to School program. We are great partners with the Farm to School program, and if you're not familiar with it, basically it's just where farmers get to sell their products to schools through some exemptions that USDA has about, not going through the bid process. They get to directly sell to schools, and Sweet Grown Alabama is a great way to connect with the Farm to School program. I had one of my members a few weekends ago, Trav Foster from Ballard Creek Farms. He said, Ellie, my Sweet Grown Alabama membership was worth it just for the simple fact of you connecting with the Farm to School program and getting my products in Elmore County schools. He said that completely paid for my membership tenfold. So it's a great opportunity to have another outlet to sell your products, but then also to do some promotions like you see there on the screen. We were able to send those flyers home with 9,000 families in Elmore County last summer that got meals full of locally grown goodness. So it's a great way to promote to students and parents, because when you're giving children the best of the best products, their parents want to continue buying that. They want to continue giving their children the best of the best. And we've provided the database at sweetgrown.org where they can find those products and continue serving those products. Another fun special opportunity that we have done last year and will be revamping this year to actually grow even more is our Christmas box sales. So last year we sold 100 Christmas boxes. They were priced about $55 for pickup or $66 for shipping. And they had all of these local products inside of them that you see here. And these were a huge hit with consumers. We sold out 100 boxes in less than 72 hours. It was absolutely insane how quickly the boxes sold and how much people were calling saying, oh, I missed it. Can I please have a box? And unfortunately, we just did not have the manpower to do more. But this year we have partnered with an outside group, and we hope that they are going to kind of take over this Christmas box sale so that we can triple our efforts. And so these products are all bought from my members. My members submitted applications to have their products in the boxes, and then we selected a variety of products. And, we bought these products from them right before Christmas. And Beth Hornsby, who you see in this Hornsby Farms Jam, as I was picking up her order, we had also connected her with the Farmers Cooperative, who did a large order for their Christmas gift boxes. And so we were buying about 400 jars of jam. And, she looked at me and said, Ellie, this order has changed my Christmas. So thank you so much for what you're doing with Sweet Grown Alabama. So just other opportunities like that, always looking to provide for our members, always looking to help put an extra dollar in your pocket and connect you with new consumers. All right, next up, I want to talk about a big special project that we've been doing, and that is a grant that is working with local grocery stores. So I think some of you here on the call may represent some local grocery stores, and we'd love to talk to you about getting Alabama products in your stores. But right now, we are actually executing a grant with 5 pilot grocery and distribution partners. That includes Renfro's Markets, the Piggly Wiggly Birmingham Group, Mitchell Grocery Distribution, WM grocery stores, which are over in East Alabama, and then Greer's markets, which are in the Baldwin-Bill County areas. And we are actually able, through this grant, to pay these grocery stores for their data about which products they're purchasing local. So their teams are just gathering up data and sending it to us. And then we're able to put a little bit of money back in their pockets so that they can buy more local products, that they can support more local farms, that they can get more value for the products that are already on their shelves. So we've been very pleased with the results of this project, and it has allowed new farmers to get into grocery stores that maybe have not had a chance already. So we've been able to connect lots of our members to these stores, but also connect lots of our stores to great farmers that they should be supporting. So not only is our goal with Sweet Grown Alabama to connect consumers directly to farmers, but it's to kind of fill in this gap of the entire supply chain, to connect farmers markets to farmers, to connect grocery stores to farmers, to connect restaurants to farmers, and then connect all of those groups back to consumers. So we're very pleased with the efforts. You see, we've got some signage there that's in all of these different grocery store partners that says Pick Alabama Grown, and then you see the Piggly Wiggly ad there where they have actually included that Sweet Grown Alabama logo on their grocery store ad so that their consumers know that they're providing the best of the best local products for them at their market. All right, so the final membership benefit that we're going to discuss is really all about networking and educational opportunities. So our program seeks to connect all of the local system. We want to be that umbrella of the local supply chain. So we have a Facebook group for our members where you can get on that page, and maybe you have a question about how in the world have y'all been able to get into this grocery store? Or maybe you have a question about, hey chefs, how do I preserve this local product that I'm cooking with every month? Can you please enlighten me on what you do in your farm to table restaurant? Really just a great place for conversation and to make those connections, especially in a digital world that we're living in now. So we've been really blessed to kind of get to know our members and have that community through that Facebook group. The other thing that Facebook group is able to do is when I get a request, which happens all the time, for a specific product, let's say sweet corn in Central Alabama, I can, get on to the Facebook group very quickly and say, who has sweet corn available in Central Alabama? The Central Alabama Food Bank wants to buy some from you. And I'm able to facilitate those connections easily and quickly through that group. So it's another way to sell your products and another way to market yourself. We also have a webinar library, which I have been very pleased with the response towards. So you see there in the bottom left, we did a media training webinar. We have also done webinars on how to set up a Facebook page, how to do basically best practices with your social media, what types of posts, how long you should post, what you should stay away from, those types of things. We have a couple other webinars in the works right now. One will be about photography, and the other will be about the Farm to School program. So those are exclusive benefits to our members just to help them market themselves a little better, to help them just be a little bit more successful. And we're always open to new ideas for those webinars. So anything that you want to learn about as a member, we're happy to find an expert and happy to get that on our site so that you can really achieve those goals without having to go out and do all of that research on your own or go out and do that background. You can just turn this on while you're driving to and from work or while you're on the tractor and learn something pretty instantly. Another thing that I would like to encourage you that is a great way to take advantage of the Sweet Grown Alabama membership is by writing blog posts, submitting recipes and videos for our social media and for our newsletter. So we send a monthly e-newsletter. You see a little excerpt of that in the right-hand side of the screen. And we ask our members to help us tell their story. They write guest blogs for us, and then we share those in that newsletter and on our social media. We have over 2,500 subscribers at this point, and we're only continuing to grow that newsletter list. Another way, again, that you can get your message out, you can kind of humanize your business. So you get a behind the scenes look at a farm to table restaurant, or you get to hear about why someone is a farmer, or you get to learn about how grocery stores stock their shelves or what hours the farmers market may be open. So it's a really good way to connect with consumers, and it's another opportunity kind of for me to say that you will get out of the Sweet Grown Alabama membership what you're able to put in, because we're right now doing a big project with recipes, collecting our members' favorite recipes using local products. And then we're actually going to have signs up in our grocery partners that say, find local recipes at sweetgrownalabama.org. And then consumers can scan a QR code on their phone that will take them to our recipe page, and they can search for sweet potato recipes or beef recipes or whatever kind of product that they have just purchased. They can find ways to use that local product. So it's a great publicity piece for your farm, and we're so thankful for those who have already submitted great recipes, but are always looking for more and looking for ways that we can engage your business more. So finally, last thing I want to talk about with the networking and educational opportunities, we also have a membership store that is coming that will hopefully be online within the month. I am fingers crossed there, because that is something out of my control, but we are working hard to get that membership store available so that our Sweet Grown members can actually just go to a website and have ready-made options to purchase for promotion. So that includes stickers. If you don't want to go get your own stickers printed, you can absolutely do that with the membership. But if you'd rather have an easy way to just buy a roll of stickers, you'll be able to do that on our website. If you want to buy banners and yard signs or t-shirts or even things like strawberry baskets, you'll be able to do all of that on our Sweet Grown membership store, which will be a huge benefit to make it easy for you to take advantage of the Sweet Grown Alabama benefits and of the brand power that is behind that logo. All right, so that is kind of my big overview of Sweet Grown benefits. So I would encourage you to follow us on social media. You see our social media pages at the bottom. We are very active on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That's a great way to stay in touch with what we're doing, and also just kind of explore and see if you think this is a program that you'd like to be a part of. Right now, we're doing a super fun promotion with March Madness. So we have created a bracket of Sweet Grown Alabama products, and consumers are voting until we find the #1 top favorite Sweet Grown Alabama product in the state that consumers are getting to pick. So that's a really fun promotion that we're doing on social media right now. Also would encourage you to visit our website, sweetgrownalabama.org. You will get to explore that database, maybe check out some of our farmer videos, get to see some of the resources that we have available, like our harvest calendar, where consumers can see what products are in season right now. Also, that website is where you will find the membership application. So after today, if you decide that this is something you'd like to pursue, go onto that website and you'll click that Join Now tab in the top right corner. All of the information that we talked about will kind of be spelled out so that you can see it in writing and make sure that you understand what those membership dues will be and what is expected. As long as your product is grown in Alabama, you're qualified, or if you support Alabama farmers. Then you'll complete our membership application, which is online and takes no more than 10 minutes. It really depends on how long you want to write that biography that's going to go in that database profile. So if you don't want to put much in that, it will take less than 5 minutes to complete your membership application. After you submit that application, it will come to me for review. We will make sure that you are who you say you are, and then you will receive an invoice via our QuickBooks system. Once we receive your payment, then you'll be a member. We'll get you in the database. Laura Jean will get over your welcome letter and some information on how to best take advantage of the program, as well as the logo file. So you can start putting that on your products and putting it up in your store or on your menu and really taking advantage of all the program has to offer. So at this point, I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone may have for us about the program, or kind of chat about anything you guys want to talk about.
Ellie, Gilmer Turner would like to know, are recordings of previous webinars available on the site?
Yes, they are. So great question. So all of those webinar recordings live kind of on our members only website. Like I said, you'll get a login to that once you become a member, and you can access those on demand at any time. We know that it's really hard to make a live webinar and make sure that you can be here at a certain time. So those are available 24/7 to you. And we'll continue to grow that library as well. Great question. Anything else we can answer for you? Y'all will also see that my contact information is here on the screen. Always happy to answer any questions via email or text. Totally open to talking anytime. I've got a couple questions in my direct messages too that I want to address. We asked if goat milk soap would fall under the category. So absolutely, if you're making a goat milk soap with Alabama goat milk, you would certainly be a member of Sweet Grown Alabama. And, you know, we'd love to include that product in things like our Christmas boxes and auction items that we include to various events throughout the year. Another question we got was, do farmers get to look at the data to determine what we might grow next year? So that's in reference to that grocery store data. And that is a great question. And I apologize that I did not make that point when I was talking, because that is the end goal of the grant, is so that we can bring back the data to farmers to say, this is what grocery stores are looking for, or maybe this is what they're looking for that no one else is able to provide. So that data will all be available to farmers so that, again, we can make those decisions and kind of prove that the demand is there for locally grown products. All right. Any other questions before we wrap up here? These are great, guys. All right, well, I appreciate y'all joining. And the final thing that we are going to do on our live webinar here today is select the winner of our free 1-year Sweet Grown Alabama membership. So Ms. Laura Jean has put all of your names into a hat. And Laura Jean, can you tell us who our winner for that membership will be?
Our winner is Jimmy Ferguson.
Awesome. So Mr. Jimmy, we will get with you after the webinar. I know Mr. Jimmy said he didn't have a microphone on his capability to talk to us today, but we will circle up with you to get that membership application completed. And again, we appreciate all of you for participating and for being interested in Sweet Grown Alabama. Happy to answer any questions that you may have at any time. Thank y'all so very much.